Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is DeeKeesee and you have tuned into Lit is a Light. On today's topic, I want to talk about getting to the root of things. Now, before we can jump in and get into the root of things, I want to look at two scriptures that I had in mind that I want to read and share with you today. And I hope that this message touches you in any area that you are facing. I think getting to the root of things are so critical and important right now, especially because we're coming into the season of spring. This is the beginning of the month. And so I believe that God is getting ready to uproot some things that we have been holding on to so that we can make room for the new. And I want to look at in scripture, two scriptures that I have in mind, but I want to look at this scripture first. And it is in Ecclesiastes 3:3. Now this talks about a time for everything. So in Ecclesiastes 3:3 it says, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to be healed, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace." So there's always a new season that we're entering, and there's always a time for everything in our lives. Where we're at, there's always a time. And I wanted to focus on this, especially when it says in verses 2, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to uproot. And I just kept on hearing the word uproot, and then seeing it, and I was praying about it. I'm like, you know what, God, what are the things that I need to uproot in my life so that I can be a better person, or I can uproot some things that I'm dealing with. So this is very current and relevant to where I'm at in my journey, to be very honest. And I believe that this can also help you guys as well. And as I mentioned in this scripture, what is so important, from going back to the scripture, what is so important that we have to become aware of our words. Our words are like seeds, and our seeds plant and take form, and that's how they can grow. And before the seed can grow, you have to get, the roots have to be cultivated in the right soil, in the right water, the right amount of sunlight, in order for it to sprout and to grow. Some of us are experiencing dry roots. Our roots are dead. We are growing thorns in our gardens. We're just planting all these different seeds and different words that we are speaking, and it's not in relation to what we are trying to manifest or where we are trying to go. So I want to make sure that we focus and get to the root of things. As I mentioned in this scripture, there's a time for everything. So going back to using your words and planting those seeds, you have to understand that you are always sowing seeds. Your thoughts are like seeds. So every day you wake up, you're either sowing a seed of love, you're sowing a seed of hate, you're sowing a seed of jealousy, you're sowing a seed of poverty, you're sowing a seed of wealth, you're sowing a seed of laziness, idleness. You're sowing every day. You're planting seeds, and you're either planting good seeds or you're planting bad seeds. But every day we are always planting seeds by the words that we speak. And sometimes those seeds are not in correlation to what we are trying to manifest or where we're trying to be. You know, you can't sit here and say, oh, I want love, but I wake up today and I'm like being hateful and I'm being jealous. And I say that because we're talking and we're saying all these words, and you know, if we don't watch it, if we don't watch what we are saying, it begins to grow different thorns, different roots that we don't want in our garden, in our soil. And our soil is our reality that we are experiencing every day. It's so important that you drop new seeds and drop the exact seeds that you are believing for, that you are praying for, that you are working towards. It's so vital, because if not, you will have all these different roots in your soil, and you got good roots and you got some bad roots that are dead that you have to unplant and repot the plant. And I think that's where a lot of Christians and just believers, you know, people in their spiritual walk, wherever you're at in your spiritual journey, get stuck. We get stuck because we don't know how to uproot some of those things in our life, or really sit down and be like, you know, what's really going on? And I think that ultimately we're in a generation right now where we feel like, dang, I need to hurry up and, you know, get over this or uproot this and get rid of this. Or I need to hurry up and speed up my process. I need to hurry up and do more. I need to hurry up and learn more. And no, the reality is you can't hurry up and do everything all in one. Like it mentioned in Ecclesiastes, there's a time for everything. There's a season for everything. You know, you have to learn, you know, and the most important thing, if you didn't take from this message, please know that you have to be patient with yourself throughout this journey. Throughout where you are, wherever you're at with Christ, you have to be patient. Take it day by day. Day by day. Because you're not going to get everything all at once. You're not going to learn everything all at once. It takes time. It definitely takes time. Now, what I will say, what can help you to think other thoughts, sow good seeds in your soil, is I want to look at in the scripture. It says in Philippians 4:8. So let me look at that. It says, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. That's what it says. Think about such things. You have learned, received. And then it goes on to say, whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. So the scripture says, whatever is good, whatever is praiseworthy, whatever is worthy, whatever is right, whatever is pure, think of those things. Get your mind focused on those things. If you have goals, if it's to start eating healthy, if it's to working out, if it's to reading, if it's going back to school, if it's forgiving yourself, think of those things. Put those things into practice, is what it says. And the God of peace will be with you. And guess what? It says, I want to emphasize on verse 9, whatever you have learned and received or heard from me, put it into practice. Now that practice is a repetition of you building these seeds, planting these good seeds that you want to reap. Because you want to reap a harvest of good seeds, but you can't reap the harvest if your roots are right. So in order to plant good seeds, you got to make sure that I am practicing this, I'm doing this, you know, and making sure that my words and my seeds are aligning with my action. Planting good seeds and trying to put these actions into practice, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be some, oh, I'm going to do this for a week and everything's like, it could possibly, but it's so important when it says to put this into practice, that we also be patient with ourselves during this time. Be patient with your soil and your garden, what you are planting. Be patient. Whatever you are doing, focus on. It says just be it. And I feel like that's what a lot of people miss from this scripture. You know, it says whatever is right, whatever is noble, focus on this thing, but it also says whatever you have learned and received, put it into practice. So when I'm putting it into practice, I know that I have to be patient with myself, because practice makes progress. I don't like to use the term makes perfect, because nobody's perfect, but it makes progress. So in that progress, I gotta know to be patient with myself. That, you know, I might not wake up the next day and I may not feel like it. I may not be in the good spirit, and that's okay. I'm entitled to feel, but I know, okay, it's a time for everything. Going back to Ecclesiastes, it's time for everything. So I can feel this right now, but I know that I'm not going to think and dwell on those negative thoughts that are coming to my mind. I'm going to focus on the things that are good, that are right, that are noble, that I want to receive, and I'm going to put this into practice. And that's how you move forward in getting to the roots of things and tilling your soil and allowing God to uproot some of those dead roots that are growing in our garden. So I hope this video allows you to dig deeper into what roots that you are dealing with, any issues, any frustration, if it's jealousy, if it's comparison, if it's time, if it's patience. It could be patience in this season. I want you to dig deeper and look into the root of things and who you are and where you are going in this season and in this time. So thank you guys for watching this message and tuning in. Make sure you guys post your notes below. Let me know what you learned from this message. If you take anything from it, share it with me. I would like to know. And please share this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel now. Always remember that lit is the light, you are the light, and God is in you. This is DeeKeesee. Peace. See you guys next time.